Sis, I want to tell you something. Whatever's for you is for you. What you need to do, because you still have breath in your body, still have breath in your lungs, your heart is still beating, God is still with you, you are still of use. Get your life together, work on everything that you put aside to cater to another person who did not value the preciousness of your time. All right, so right now you may be going through having a trauma bond. You have to do a long list of things to untie that knot, that knitting, that soul tie, right? So get the knowledge in your mind, let it get into your heart, get some physical fitness. Like I always tell people, eat your berries, get your fish oils, your vitamins, eat some green leafy vegetables, pray, study, and one day at a time, because you're in a whole addiction with this person. They are an addiction. And it's not just in your imagination that they're an addiction, it's a real thing. So what you have to do is, sometimes when you leave a person, you go through withdrawal phase, as with any addiction, right? But with each day that you remove that thing from your life, the withdrawals from that thing will become less and less. But if you continue to dip and dab in that, right, you will continue to be attached to that person, and you will buy into the narrative that you're not enough without that person. All right, you will buy the lie that they have become this great person overnight, when last week, for you, if you have left an abuser and last week they were, calling out your name, doing all type of hideous things to you, some of you laid hands on, and you think in 1 week that person had a Saul experience, you would literally have to have a Saul experience. You know the story of Saul, how he was walking to Damascus to persecute the people of God, and he was blinded by the Spirit, Jesus. Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me? If a person is going to change like that, they would have to have a Saul experience. Saul became Paul of the Bible, but he had to have a whole breakdown, being blinded and everything else, for him to have that immediate transformation. So don't buy the lie that they want to tell you that the other person aided them in their change and it happens overnight. Now, I'm not here to tell you that people can't change, right? Because we're all evolving in our own direction in the purpose that God has for us. But for an abuser to change, it has to be a lot of work, even more so than someone that they victimize mostly. Because they have to figure out, why are they abusing these people? And abusers have their own trauma. Do not take responsibility for their trauma. It is not your fault. Work on your own trauma. Do not apologize for having trauma, right? You're human, Work on your trauma, work on your life, and don't buy the lie that you're no good without them. You're a whole person, honey, with a whole life. You were formed in your mother's womb and birth for a purpose, and it is not just to be and cater to someone else's dream and victory. Own yourself.